President Jack Rogge has accepted IOC's proposal and has assigned to the FORIA of the IOA, FORIA is the board of directors of the Academy, two senior IOC officials, Tommy Sitole and Peremiro, as honorary members. And he has expressed to President Kouvelos his total affirmation for the transformation of the IOA. He succeeded in only 1 year of his presidency, and his support for the Olympic education. The IOC has done outstanding job in recent years in providing guidance to the different organizations by means of relevant studies like OVEP, a comprehensive guide for Olympic education, researchers and teachers. Based on this work and lots of information from the wonderful opus of our friend Maria Bulatova, the IOA prepared and presented at the Youth Olympic Games in Singapore the interactive program Discovering the Olympic Values, which was a tremendous success and delighted the young people who visited our booth. Dear friends, dear Maria, dear Rector, I would like to continue this long presentation. Not yet. Not yet. Thank you. Sorry. This is... I'm back. Anyway, finishing. Just a minute. I would like to conclude this long presentation by addressing the young men and women who are with us here today and conveying to them the superb interpretation given by Nikos Philaretos to the Olympic motto Citius, Fortius, Altius. It means for every young person, faster in sports, performance and perception, higher in moral standing, and stronger in fortitude for the struggle of life. And Pierre de Coubertin wrote in Le Roman d'un Rallye, life is simple because the struggle is simple. The good fighter withdraws but never gives in. He yells but never abandons. When faced with impossible, he changes course but advances. If he's short of breath, he rests and waits. If he finds himself out of the struggle, he encourages his brothers with his word and presence. Even when all around him have fallen, he does not give in to despair. Life is beautiful because the struggle is beautiful. Not the bloody struggle, fruit of tyranny and spiteful passion, the struggle which thrives on ignorance and routine, but the holy struggle of the soul in search of truth, light, and justice. This is, in few lines, the whole meaning of the philosophy of Olympism. Give me now a few more minutes to show you a short film about the Academy, that the Academy of today.
At the end of the 1920s, Pierre de Coubertin, with Ioannis Chrysatis, Karl Diem and John Ketseas, prominent figures of the Olympic movement, worked together on the project for the establishment of an international cultural center in ancient Olympia for the promotion and propagation of Olympism and the Olympic idea. The project was accepted by the Hellenic Olympic Committee in 1938 and approved by the IOC in 1949. The Hellenic Olympic Committee was entrusted with the setting up and operation of this important cultural institution in ancient Olympia under the auspices of the IOC.
Olympism as a philosophy is targeting man who constantly adjusts and evolves. This is why we must make sure through continuous study that our principles are adapted to our lifestyle.
An area next to the archaeological site and the new town of Olympia was selected for the facilities of the IOA. The IOA was inaugurated in 1961. In the beginning, participants lived in tents and courses held outdoors. In parallel to the sessions, work for the development of the site and construction of facilities was underway. The IOA's facilities were progressively completed and now include 116 rooms, a restaurant, administration offices and extensive sports facilities, a state-of-the-art conference center and one of the best libraries.
Those who serve the Olympic idea serve the people's most beautiful cultural legacy, classical education. Greece simply wishes to remain its faithful servant.
The IOA plays a pioneer role in the field of Olympic education. From 1961 to this day, in the facilities of the IOA, 47 international sessions for young participants and another approximately 75 international sessions for educationists and officials of higher physical education institutions, Olympic committees and national Olympic academies, international federations, sport journalists, Olympic medalists and 16 international postgraduate seminars on Olympic studies have been organized. Distinguished scientists and scholars from the field of culture and Olympism from all over the world are invited as lecturers.
The Olympic movement is above all an education movement whose activities are aimed at world youth.
The IOA's Olympic education programs cover 4 major areas: academic and scientific training, artistic and sports activities, and finally, social events, including cultural performances. In the context of these activities, participants combine education with sports, recreation and social interaction.
We are in an ideal location, in this unique site of Olympia, where sport began its most wondrous and fascinating history.
In order to support scientific research, the IOA has been publishing the reports of its sessions since 1961. In 1995, in the context of its Olympic education programs, it published a relevant manual under the title of Keep the Spirit Alive. In 2000, it initiated the inventorying of its archives, together with those of the Hellenic Olympic Committee. In cooperation with Olympic Solidarity, it then published 3 volumes, one on the Hellenic Olympic Committee's archives and history, another on Athens as the host city of the Olympic Games in 1896, and the third on the IOA's history.
The core elements of the modern Olympic movement are 2, sport and education. Olympism is the set of ideas that links the 2 concepts of sport and education.
The IOA's webpage is a valuable database that provides historical information to readers, as well as scientific documentation, since it contains in electronic form all the reports of its sessions and detailed information on national Olympic academies.
The International Olympic Akademy is devoted to the Olympic movement, and its task is to open the way for humanitarian ideals, promoted through sports.
With the IOA's support, 139 national Olympic academies have been established throughout the world for the propagation of the Olympic idea. Moreover, in the last 14 years, the IOA has worked together with universities from all over the world for the organization of the postgraduate seminar that is held every summer for 4 weeks.
The future of our civilizational days does not rest on political or economic foundations. It wholly depends on the direction given to education.
Within the framework of its broader educational and scientific role in the new millennium, the Academy has launched an international postgraduate studies program in cooperation with the University of the Peloponnese. The International Olympic Committee warmly supports this initiative that brings a new dimension to the IOA's objectives. Through all its above-mentioned activities, the IOA significantly contributes to the propagation of the principles of Olympus, the promotion of Olympic education and the consolidation of Olympic values in the context of its annual educational action at international level.
Olympia is like a second home for many of us. In Olympia, we have found a way of believing, of dreaming of tomorrow, and so a new day will come.
Спасибо. Thank you very much for your attention. Спасибо.